Wait a minute. Wait. Welcome to the Ramble Radio, baby! Come on. 20 away from 400.
Ooh.
20. Do we start the countdown now?
Do we have the big countdown, the big party celebration?
I mean, does something need to happen? A big, massive blowout.
400 Ramble Radios.
400. Look, we're at 380, and when did they say we'd never ramble again, Eddie? When was it?
Dude, I remember when I was driving to your place.
Yeah.
You lived in the old place in North Hollywood.
Right.
I was driving there. We had come up with this harebrained scheme of doing Ramble Radio, an offshoot of the Ramble. And
Yes.
I'm driving to your place,
Right.
and I'm literally get surrounded by police cars. They tried to stop me from going into your place to record the very first Ramble Radio. They didn't even want
And the very first
one
Ramble
done.
Radio was just an E3 recap that I was doing. Remember that?
Right. By yourself.
That was
You weren't
it.
even, I wasn't even on screen.
Your voice was on it.
Yeah.
And then you were part of a joke at the end. Then we were like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Let's just make this happen. And we did it. Now, was that a real television behind you?
This is a real television behind
Is
me.
this yours back in the day?
Back the old knobs. No, it has. This is how fancy and advanced this TV was.
Yeah.
That's the TV channel. Built-in radio
Oh, my God.
and clock.
Oh, my God.
How
Oh my
large
God.
were these people living
Wow.
when that came out?
The only thing, did you take off the whites only plaque that was above
check
that
off
was
that.
above your
Check.
TV? Did you remove the whites only
It's actually under the TV now.
plaque
Put it
that
under.
was? That's the only problem. No offense, Eddie, but with Caucasian families, when they pull out the old gadgets, the old memorabilia, you just want to make sure there's no whites.
No, that was what. Only when it came, unless it was time to clean it, then yeah, anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Whites only.
Except when time to clean.
Oh fuck! Look at this.
That's what it was. Yeah,
Wow,
there you go.
was that yours when you got a Nintendo for the first time? Is this
Could
what
you
you
imagine
play?
refurbishing this thing and then put it in like a real TV? And
How
then, like,
fucking badass would that be?
That'd be badass, dude.
Did you actually play old Nintendo games on that thing? Was that you and your brothers
No,
like?
this was not my TV. I don't even know where that TV came from.
Wow, is your TV still there?
No, that's all the tube TV. This is like this is it. The
It's
old
the last
picture
one.
tube.
All the tubes
That
are
might be
gone.
the last one.
They're
all
all
those
gone.
are gone in this house. It's all flat
Well,
screens now.
let's again peel back more of the curtain. You're in a studio
Sure.
right now because of all the hemp Vita money that the Ramble has made.
Yeah.
You have a studio in Burbank that recreates your childhood home, correct?
Right. We're in my parents'. I got a studio made up to look like my parents' house, so we can record this very special Ramble Radio.
Right, today.
Well, actually, what I did with all the Hemp Vita money, I'm actually in South Carolina at my parents' house, but I took the money and had them recreate a studio that looks just like my parents' house.
Amazing.
That I went to record this.
Wow, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's
So-
incredible. This is we're
this
just
is just a
rolling.
studio.
We're fucking rolling in it. We're
And then
just
later
rolling
tonight,
in
I'll
it.
be at my actual parents'
Yes.
house that looks just like this.
Right, and then there's still the one in Burbank too. There's three.
I have
There's
built one in
two
Burbank.
studios, and then the real house.
Right. And then, of course, we have our two fake studios that look like our apartments. The one you're in right now, and then
Yes.
the one I have back at home.
I'm in the
LA.
soundstage in West Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people know about this. But yeah,
How much we're rolling.
that's how it is. And West Hollywood, pretty expensive part of Hollywood to live in.
Sure.
And
sure.
so there it is. That's just hemp Vita money. There it is. That's
And we rent space there for something I think we have like an hour and a half a week we use it.
Right.
We pay full rent, full time.
And then
for
we
it.
pay people to come and remove all this and then put it all back.
And rebuild it.
Rebuild it. Now, I think it's just you and I
Yeah.
for today. Well, yeah, it's boy, Trump is off the ticket in Maine. Lauren Boebert is going to another area because she doesn't want to. She's afraid of losing.
She don't want to lose.
So I think she knows she's going to lose, but she's going to. I don't think she just wants to lose to one Democrat. You know what I mean? So now she's just like, maybe if I go over here where it's like a 40-person Republican race, maybe I can say, at least I lost. It's
sad what sore losers they are. Truly sore losers.
It's very. But
people that were never taught how to lose.
No, they never were. So Cody is doing
scrambling quite a bit.
He is. Have we ever seen scrambling like this?
Yeah.
From what Cody is going to have to put together.
He keeps doing this. We may have to get him off the Ramble private jet because it might be. I mean, I know we pay a lot for his travel expenses, but it might be we may have to get him off the Ramble private jet.
Well, just because our pilots, we're overworking them.
We're overworking
our
we don't
fleet.
agree with him politically.
We don't agree with him politically. We're still letting him use our gas, our jet,
our private jet. I had to fly coach to get to
What?
my parents' house because Cody's got the private jet.
Fuck.
Going all over the country.
Jesus Christ! I'm so
mean,
sorry.
Do we buy 2 private Ramble?
We have. I'm kind of hogging the second one, so that's my
So maybe we should buy a third one.
I think we need a third Ramble private. Ramble Force 3. That's what we need. Jeez.
Ramble Force 3.
I don't know if you knew this, Eddie, but you could. For right now, that's the tentative title.
Ramble Force 3.
You could email us, the ramble at the ramblepod.com, Twitter at Podcast Ramble 1, Instagram Podcast Ramble, YouTube the Ramble Teeb. We have a merch page. Maddox84 is still the queen of the hill, baby. Get those positive text reviews in, get those 5-star ratings, get those subscriptions. Let's do it. So how many things up there do you remember? Oh, was that Leonardo?
Some pipes. Got a pipe.
I don't know why I thought I saw Leonardo standing on top of him.
You did. Hold on once he fell.
Okay, I was like, now that I'm going crazy. Is that Leonardo? Oh, Leonardo. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. That's a new one. Was that a Colton Leonardo?
I think it might have been one of my cousins, one of my nephews.
Oh, yeah, Leonardo's. There you go.
Their toys are commingled with ours.
Check
there
this
out.
Yeah, let me see. That's a blade. That's a switchblade. Is that butterfly or switch?
Ooh,
the comb. I remember that thing.
That's a comb, baby.
How smooth of a character were you rocking one of those?
How much pussy did I pull?
All kinds of.
You walk up to a chick and just.
Speaking of, now that the holiday season's almost over, how much pussy does a Mannheim Steamroller get this time of the year?
Dude,
how much
they're
pussy
cleaning the house. But the bigger question is, when does it dry up?
When does Mannheim Steamroller pussy dry up?
February? Does it dry up February?
Does it go that far? Are they January?
Does it go that far?
January 26th, they still just getting their dick sucked while he's on the keyboard.
Do we hit the Epiphany and they're like, it's done? Like
it's done.
That 12th day of Christmas and it's
over. I don't know.
All the chicks they're done with the Christmas music. They're like, we're sick of this.
That's our new title. When does the Mannheim Steamroller pussy dry up?
Because I'm thinking probably January 7th, 8th. It dries up. It's gone. Right? And then when does it pick back up? Right after Halloween, or are we getting into the Thanksgiving?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
September. I think Mannheim Steamroller starts around. Yeah. I think late September. So when
the Christmas decorations hit Target, that's when they start mopping.
The members of Mannheim Steamroller start getting pussy.
So, you're saying for almost 4 months out of the year, they're crushing.
Yes. Do you want that life?
They're crushing.
Let me ask you this: do you want that Mannheim Steamroller life, where you're a member of the Mannheim Steamroller? You're pussy,
getting it from September to January.
But then once February starts,
nothing. It's dry. It's the Sahara.
But for those 4 months, woo! I mean.
But the only problem is you're not really getting the beach bodies.
Hey, you're
not getting those beach bodies.
Christmas pussy for these guys. They don't give a fuck.
You're not getting those hot.
Have you heard
bodies.
The stories?
That's the problem.
The Mannheim Steamroller doesn't say no to anybody. Have you heard the stories? Mannheim Steamroller. If it's bananas, that's what they do. That's what they do.
They just walk in and pop it open. Oh, dude,
There it is.
look what I got.
Oh, let's see.
I got one for both of us.
Oh, right on my bald head. Right on my bald head. That'd be even smoother. Now, we're on a. Oh, the doll.
What would be cooler? You walking into a bar with a bald head and popping open a switchblade coat?
Nothing be cool.
Are
you kidding?
Just scratching
Are
the
you
shit
kidding?
out of your scalp.
Do you imagine all the pussy Andre is going to have to fight off? You know what I mean? She's going to have to try to claim this again. I really think, though, Mannheim Steamroller, September to February, they're just swimming.
It's just slaughtering, just crushing. Just.
Are they getting pussy mid-show? Like, if it's, let's say it's December 3rd, and they're putting on a concert. Is Mannheim Steamer, is the drummer getting his dick sucked in the middle of the concert? I mean, it has to be. It's Mannheim Steamroller. At Christmas. I mean, the drummer's just getting his dick sucked mid-song, fucking mid-concert. Honey, do you want to chime in on this?
Let's get a female perspective.
Let's get a female perspective. We're trying to wonder if because we know that during Christmas, the members of the Mannheim Steamroller just get as much pussy as they
just
can possibly.
Tear it up.
It's just pussy.
When does it dry up?
When does it end? Eddie thinks around like mid-January.
I think around the Epiphany.
Around Epiphany, they stop getting pussy. But I think all the way to February. And then it starts up again in September. Just
people are so sick of Christmas music by after New Year. They're so tired of it.
What's that? Oh, Andrea taking shots at Mannheim Steamroller saying it ended in 1989. Wow. Somebody's jealous that the roadie didn't let her get backstage. Wow. Somebody blew a couple of roadies and still didn't get backstage.
Wow. That's what definitely happened.
That's what happened there.
Someone was promised a backstage pass,
and oh man,
and didn't come. Ooh. Who gets more, the Wiggles or Mannheim Steamroller?
Mannheim Steamroller, no question.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whose is more consistent? I think Wiggles.
Are more consistent, but Mannheim Steamroller gets more. Absolutely, because some of those Wiggles look a little creepy to the point where the moms are probably like, "Is this guy really just using me to get to my kid?" You know what I mean? So they're like,
he's fucking me right now, but
right.
Who's he
but there's another Mannheim Steamroller. They're not into that weird shit. They got one goal and one goal only, and that's of age pussy. That's what they want, and that's what they get.
And imagine how hard they're coming into January, into February, into September. I mean, into September.
Oh my God!
It's been built up since February.
Imagine how many condoms are in that tour bus. If it's November 30th and you step onto the Mannheim Steamroller tour bus, I mean,
you know what? They're probably the ones that are behind that whole Christmas in July campaign.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be them. They had to be the guys that came up with that idea.
Like, here, we got to keep this pussy train rolling. Christmas in July, and they get all that pussy.
How they're getting the summer bodies. That's right.
Mannheim Steamroller knew how to work that hustle. Oh, fuck.
What other podcast?
Are you going to get how much pussy Mannheim Steamroller's floating on the Christmas season? What other podcast is going to break down how much pussy Mannheim Steamroller gets during the holiday season?
Month by month. Because I think April, nothing. There's zero in April.
No. And you know who doesn't? Can be honest. You know who doesn't get any? Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They don't get shit. Not compared to Mannheim Steamroller. they don't get nothing. Those motherfuckers. They try.
They don't get invited to the parties.
No, they wish.
No, not Steamroller parties.
Mannheim Steamroller pussy. Trans-Siberian Orchestra wishes.
They try. They
wish they got 1/10 of the pussy. Mannheim Steamroller. Trans-Siberian Orchestra's wishing. So now you have a hard night. You're going to see the Iron Claw tonight.
I'm going to go check out the Iron Claw tonight. Yeah.
So
by the time the Ramblers see this, Tamara.
Have you?
I would have already seen her.
Who's going with you?
I'm taking my brother, his girlfriend. I'm taking Tracy and taking Colton.
Okay.
Okay.
You've
already seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
what?
be ready
for.
Ooh, it's a downer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's.
We know the Von Erich story.
Yes,
it's not a pick-me-up.
I thought it was a really good movie, but god damn, is it like, oh boy, yeah, it just and it's and let me. Do you mind if I? One thing that I was not prepared for that took me out of it a little bit. That I felt a little weird seeing the trailer. Chris Von Erich does not exist in this.
Why?
I don't know. It says inspired by a true story. So it ends with Mike being the youngest Von Erich and not Chris. They kind of blend Chris and Mike's story as one, but Chris is not even, and the director said he just felt, I think he said it was just kind of, it would have been like a much longer film, and it would have been just so much more tragic to just throw another suicide on top of all this, you know? So it's so that's that, but I thought that was kind of jarring if there's no Chris Von Erich. The
weird.
Sportatorium scenes, whoever built that set is fast, because looking at the outside, it had so many memories of going to the Sportatorium. Like the outside shots of them, like, holy shit, that's it. How did they rebuild it just to film? That's how good it looks. You're like, god damn, they rebuilt it just to film this here. Like the Sportatorium stuff was fucking great looking. But I mean, it's a really good movie. But ooh boy,
Downer.
I mean, ooh man, and
so if we had thrown in a couple suicides to No Holds Barred, do you think No Holds Barred could have?
That would
have been on par. Is that what was missing from the whole? Was Zeus's suicide? If
was Zeus killing himself after Hogan beats him? What the fuck has just happened? Wait a minute, what fucking movie are we watching right now?
If there'd just been more suicides in No Holds Barred, I think we would have gotten an Oscar winner.
I will say this. I think look, can I give you my spoiler-free review of the Iron Claw?
Please.
Fritz Von Erich could have been a better dad. I'm just gonna say that. Fritz Von Erich could have. I think he left a lot on the table as far as parenting. I think he could have been. He could have been a much better father.
But without that dad, do we even know who the Von Erichs are?
Nah. I mean, here. Okay. Now here's the other weird thing. The Freebirds casting is incredible. Bruiser Bodie.
PSAs?
What's that? I don't know
Michael
who played
PSA.
him. I don't know who played him, but it's but the Freebirds. As far as looks, it's great, right? Gordy. They all Buddy Robert. Like they look. You know what I mean? Harley Race. Yeah. They did a great job casting Harley Race. MJF is in it for 5 seconds. He doesn't even get mentioned. Like he's just in the ring. And it was that time after some of the deaths when they had to make up Von Erichs. Do you remember that? They had to add like a fake brother to come in. And MJF plays one of that. It's only for one moment. And then there was, so of course you have the guy who played Bruiser Brody. Again, they're not in it much, but he looks just like him. And the guy who's Gino, he looks just like him. The only thing that's like, and if you listen to it, if you have your eyes closed, there's no problem whatsoever. But it's just weird that the guy who plays Ric Flair looks absolutely nothing like Ric. It's weird. It's weird. Does a great job mimicking, like he even does the strut perfect and all that kind of stuff. But look wise, he looks it's like if they
did they get the hair right? Did they get the hair right?
They got the hair right, but the face is not right. So looking at it, looks like if they asked me to go be the Iceman King Parsons for 2 scenes, like, are you sure you should be doing this? Like it was, and I was a little upset. Now, my favorite WCCW wrestlers were in this order. If I give you a top 3, okay?
Okay.
Kevin Von Erich. So I was very happy that my guy makes it. Kevin Von Erich was my number 1. He was number 1. Iceman was number 2, nowhere in the fucking movie, and
No
then David
Iceman?
Von Erich was number 3. There's no Iceman King Parsons.
Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
there's a little shot fired at Warrior, little shot fired at Warrior.
Really?
From Fritz. Yeah, because it's when Carrie's in WWF. And
Okay.
he's like,
The
when are they going to
Texas
give
Tornado.
Texas Tornado is after he won the Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
And Fritz like, when is he going to give you a shot for the match? I mean, I see your old partner Hellwig over there is doing good. And it was a little shot at Warrior, little shot there. So
Wow.
but it's really well done. The wrestling stuff is fucking great. Like it looks really good. Like. But yes, it is. Ooh, boy. And the only thing I thought was weird was no Chris. And I'm like, that's
weird.
That's kind of abandoning a lot of their story by just completely eliminating one brother from all this. Like if it's The Godfather and there was like an extra brother in the book, well, I could see, but this is an actual real life. You know what I mean? So it just
if you have to tell a story, you think that would be
right. It just
part of the
seemed
story you have
odd
to
to
tell.
just leave Chris Von Erich out of it completely.
Huh.
Still a very good film. The guy who played Fritz is great. The guy who played Mike Von Erich, look, everyone's really good. I mean, they're all great. They're all the guy who played David Von Erich. It was crazy how much I just had like flashbacks of my youth. He had everything down, right? The guy who played in the ring, especially.
Yeah.
The guy who played David. Of course, the guy who played Carrie's that dude from The Bear. He's fucking great. Zac Efron's fucking great as Kevin, but I thought the dude who played Mike was like kind of low key fantastic. And of course, their mom, she could have done a better job being a parent. I'm just gonna say another spoiler.
So both Von Erich parents.
Both Von
probably
Erich
could have
parents probably could have done a better job. It's and Kevin said that he felt it was a very accurate portrayal of Fritz. And if that's the case, he definitely was like the fucking Joe Jackson of pro wrestling. It was, it's just like, he definitely gives a shit about his kids. He definitely loves them. He definitely cares about them. But he also it's just weird. Like there's this scene when he's telling Carrie he wants him to wrestle. He prefaces it by saying, I don't want any of my kids in this business. But he's clearly done nothing but put his kids in that business. And he's also clearly upset that Mike, who I think this was probably more based on Chris, but he was kind of upset that Mike didn't have the physique to be a wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's part of the Chris thing. But like, ooh, man. I mean, like when Carrie is ready to go, you know, Fritz tells Kevin, well, you boys just need to work this out on your own. And it's like, well, dude, this kind of could be where you come in here, like but it's really good. I think it's a really good movie. It's a fucking downer. Everyone in it though, the cast, the performances are all great. The woman who plays Kevin's wife is great. Like everyone does a great job, but oh boy. Yeah. A lot of Vern moments. But yes, I'm excited to get your opinion on the Iron Club. But I just nobody warned me that Chris wasn't in it, so I'm warning you. There's no Chris Von. They get rid of a brother completely, and the guy who plays Rick.
It looks nothing like Ric Flair.
They might as well had Reginald Bill Johnson in there. Like, I'm styling, profiling, woo! Like, they might as well have just gotten the guy who played Jaleel
That might have
White.
been better.
They might have gotten
been
just
better.
Jaleel White just in full-on Urkel outfit with the blonde wig. And the guy's good. He's a good actor. He just looks nothing like Ric Flair. It's just jarring at first. Like, what the fuck?
And is Flair a big part of the film? Is Flair a big part of the film?
No. He's only in it for a very they don't even show. You only see the match at Texas Stadium where Carrie beats him. After David died, right? You only see that in the background on a television, right?
Okay.
So but then there's a scene later in the film where Flair comes back to the promotion, and like he does them a favor, but it's like
All right.
But I was like, wait, what the fuck? Who did they get to play him? And it's just weird because the guy who played Harley Race looked just fucking like Harley Race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like.
And you think that would be a harder casting job than Ric Flair?
Absolutely, than Ric
You would
Flair.
think.
So it's just it's a little weird.
The Harley Race type would be harder to find.
Who could act? Like, you can find that guy at like 10,000 Waffle Houses at 2 in the morning.
There's a lot around here.
But
everywhere I look, I could throw a stone and hit one.
But can they act?
But can they act?
But yeah, let me know what you think afterwards. So there we go. I gotta
right.
get you. So
Cool.
but I'm so sorry, Eddie, but we still have.
Ugh.
Even though you're over there with your family, we still can't escape.
Skeletor.
Oh God, here we go.
We won't be. This is our last time talking to you until the new year. So, do you have any New Year's resolutions you're trying to set up for yourself going into 2024?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me that. I have two. Is that okay? Is that cheating? I have two. The first one, come more. That's my first resolution, to come more in the next year. And then my final resolution, the second one, it's a bit more somber, Eddie. It's more of I want to, I don't know. I don't know if it's both more of a spiritual thing, but I guess you could also see it as a physical thing. But I'm in a rut, and I want to find my way out of this rut. And it's just it's a long, arduous journey full of twists and turns, because the rut I'm in is He-Man's mother's pussy. You get it? It's so big. It's hard to find my way out. Do you guys get it?
Yeah,
All right.
we got it.
Cinesnob.
Let's get him on Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes and Jesus Christ. Please, let's get Cinesnob going.
Let me tell you something. There'd been no tragedy in the Von Erich family had I been there, huh? Showing them how to fuck like men. Fuck.
Okay. What that means. Eddie, where can everybody find you?
You got me 5 days a week on Patreon.com.
There it is.
The
There it
Ralph
is.
Report. We'll be
There
back
it
with
is.
new shows starting January 8th, I believe. I think.
Woo!
And then you can catch me on Ramble Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. When is Ramble proper?
There it is.
Check out, how old is this?
Ronson's Flints.
Flints.
What are those? Is this to help with lighting
For
a cigarette?
Best for every lighter. And
Where are you?
There's one left. The 1950s. Apparently. There's one left.
That is
One
in great
flint left.
shape, these Ronson's Flints. They're in great shape. Is that
That's
our new sponsor? Are they the new Hempvita?
Ronson's Flints.
Ramble Radio, brought to you by Ronson's Flints. Brought to you by Ronson Flints.
And here's some pipe filters.
Hey, Medico.
filters.
Oh, yeah. Throw away
away
nicotine.
nicotine.
With genuine Medico filter. Look
For
at
best
this.
results.
Change filter when discolored. This is a whites-only version of the Medico.
So that's what's
you
here.
You could find me in the same Ramble places. You can find Eddie and Cody. I'm also streaming every night, every weeknight, Kick and Twitch, Retro Rocha, and just my name on YouTube. Find us, love us, you know what to do. Eddie, enjoy Iron Claw. Let me know what you think when it's over. Be safe. I love you all. We love you all. Take care. We'll see you next week. Have a happy New Year.